As some of you may know, I really like fire engines. So I've always been interested in them since I was a little kid, and I've always, watched Fireman Sam, seen them driving around, used to draw them as pictures and everything. So today, for my Christmas present that my mum and dad bought me, I went to drive a fire engine. And this is me in a Dennis 1996 Sabre, wearing a sub-officer's helmet. So yeah, enjoy. Thank you for coming on.
This is a lovely Dennis Sabre. This was built in 1996, built by Dennis Special Vehicles in Guildford in Surrey.
Yeah.
So this model was the last model that came out of their works before they went bust, or they ceased trading, late 96, early 97. Since then, no one's built a proper fire engine in the UK, because what happens now, the coach builder just buys a chassis cab, builds a different body on the back. So the new ones are just 10-ton trucks, and that's why the Scanias, Mercs, Volvos, Renaults, whatever, because your coach builder will just buys chassis cab from whatever commercial vehicle manufacturer is cheapest on the week. So they're just 10-ton trucks, whereas this is a bespoke fire engine designed and built as a firefighting vehicle. When he designed it, there was four. These poor ladies can't get in. Okay, 4 design parameters had to be fast, so they put a lovely 8.25 turbo Cummins diesel into this. Yeah. Grossly overpowered by today's standard. Fast, easy to drive, so a lovely Allison American automatic transmission. Fast, easy to drive, highly manoeuvrable and impossible to overturn. Those are the 4 design parameters. And so you'll see after the end of it, it ticks at least 3 of them boxes.
Did you ever watch the show London's Burning?
Yeah, I did. These featured in all the time, yeah. Because London bought a lot of these.
Yeah.
London Fire Brigade had loads of these. Primarily because of its manoeuvring capability. It's highly manoeuvrable. You'll see that when you've been driving it a while. But in confined spaces, the streets of London, this is a perfect machine.
Yeah, well, when they filmed the Christmas special and they turned over one of the old Dennises, they had to actually get Dennis involved to
get one of these to
get
turn
its
over.
tip. Yeah.
These were designed not to turn over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was all because of the fireman strike in '73 that you won't remember, but I can, when they brought out the Green Goddesses.
They did one in early 2000s as well, that I do remember.
Yeah. But what happened, the Green Goddess, we got one down there, I can speak from experience. There's a huge water tank, and they've put it right over the rear axle.
Right.
And it's a big steel box with no baffles in it.
Oh dear.
Right. Now you fill it with water, you've got these big leaf springs. The Green Goddess has got massive ground clearance, because they're 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Okay. You put your water in, and so as you start going along, the back just starts doing this like this. And right, now, it's all the time you're going along, it's doing this. Nice and gentle, but you can feel it. But then if you go around the corner a little bit too quick and you just catch the slosh the wrong way, there was a history of those overturning, particularly in London.
That's not good.
Not good.
It's probably why they stayed to military only then.
Right, we'll get through the controls first.
Yep.
You're okay with the pedals?
Yep.
Well, this is your gear lever, obviously. To move this lever, you have to press that button. 1 notch forward is D, drive forward.
Yep.
D for drive, neutral, reverse. Okay. That's fully automatic mode, which is what we're going to use today. Now, you can drive it in semi-automatic mode without a clutch and select the gears with a stick.
Right.
We've got a massive engine, only got 4 gears. A new one, you'd have a 4.5 litre engine and 8 gears. We've got an 8.5 litre engine, 4 gears. We've got good speed range in every gear. Okay. Beautiful smooth gearbox that. It's American, Allison, top of the range. Okay with that?
Yep.
Right. Standard HGV parking brake. So stick your foot on the brake pedal for me. That's on at the moment, so all your wheels are locked solid with compressed air. If you're trying to drive away, it wouldn't go anywhere.
Right.
To release it, just pull it towards you. That's off.
Okay.
Okay, whenever we come to a stop, a nice controlled stop with the foot brake, as soon as the vehicle is stationary, on.
I can take my foot off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you okay with that?
Yep.
That's your point. Only other control you need to concern yourself is your stalk here. Indicators just like your car up and down. Flash your lights, pull it towards you. Horn button in the end, twist for wipers. Everything's on that stalk, you haven't got to stalk that side.
Yep.
Okay, any questions so far?
No.
Right, we'll start the engine now then. There's no keys in this. So where my finger is, we've got the starting button. It's a 2-stage button. The first position puts all the electrics on, a lot of clicking, a lot of light flashing. Then we push it as a starting button. So if you want to get the engine going, we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Right, push it as a start button. That's it. Okay, so we've now got the engine gurgling away pretty good. Now we've got some flashing lights up there today.
Yep.
I want to go through them. Trust me, there's no problems. The first one is telling us the parking brake's on. We don't have to worry about that.
Yep.
Second one is your ABS.
Yep.
As soon as you drive away, that will go off. But the one that will not go off is the far one, which is temperature sensor.
Yeah.
But look, temperature's fine.
Yep.
It's the sensor on the header tank.
Oh, is it just playing up, is it?
Just ignore it.
Right.
It's an insulated tape job.
Okay.
Okay, so any questions? We're going to put some blue lights on, look.
Okay.
Okay, we're all good to go?
Yes.
Right, so we're going to go forward past these army trucks,
Yeah.
then we're going to go sharp right and head along this track along here, look, on our
Between
right.
us and the tracked vehicle.
You're going to go past these two, we're going to turn before the track vehicle here.
Right. Okay.
So touch the brake with your right foot, now into gear first.
Into gear first.
That's it. One left notch, just back a little bit with that lever, that's it.
Okay.
Release your parking brake, as soon as you release your foot brake, she will go.
Yeah, I work on the railways and one of the...
Hold on that,
Oh.
the truck's going out, sorry about that, I didn't start that. Just give a flash of your lights, that one, that's it.
Yeah, well, I've got an automatic at work in one of the trucks, so
Yeah.
I've got a bit of experience
They're
with
nearly
autos.
all automatic trucks now.
Yeah.
25 years ago, you won't find a automatic car in the UK, never mind a heavy goods vehicle.
My mate actually owns one of the old Norfolk RS's.
Yeah?
It's fully geared,
Yeah?
full manual. Yeah. It's one of the only two left in the country.
Yeah.
So,
We're going to turn right at the end of the road.
okay. Do you want indicators or?
Well, use your indication. You never know who's flying around. There's our vehicles moving around,
Yeah.
so although you might think you're in the middle of nowhere, round to the right, and right to the top of this road. That's it. And off you go.
Hey, she's got a nice pull to her.
Goes well, yeah, goes
Yeah.
well. Really powerful, very responsive,
Yeah.
a really smooth gear change. A little bit more speed, you get another gear. There you go.
I felt that, definitely.
You've got a car coming, so I want you to indicate left and pull over to the left
Yeah.
just before that corridor sign. Just pull into here and just stop temporarily.
Yeah.
That's it. Just flash your lights as he's seen us and stop. That's it. That's perfect.
Do you want the brake
Park
on?
your
or-
brake on. Whenever you stop with a heavy goods vehicle,
Yeah.
always pop that on. You're not going to go anywhere then. That's it. Off we go, yeah.
Yeah. So the bus isn't coming up behind.
So we're going to turn left into a gravity car park
Yeah.
just beyond this heap of soil that we can see ahead of us now.
Okay.
You'll see the entrance in a moment.
I can see it now, yeah.
So I just want to demonstrate you first of all how manoeuvrable this vehicle is.
Okay.
So head into this car park. Now keep on going. Now I want you to head up towards that. See a little pile of cones? Head up
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere as though you're heading towards those cones. Just go to the left a little bit. Right. Keep going straight. To the right a bit. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Now when I tell you, I want you to go full lock right.
Okay.
Full lock right and hold it on full lock. One right. Full lock, hold it on full lock. Stay at this speed, hold it on full lock. Hold it on full lock. Keep on going, keep on going. Okay. Now what do you think of that?
That is very tight.
You're supposed to say two things. You're supposed to say wow, and then you're supposed to say my car doesn't do this.
Oh
Alright?
my God, does not do
Okay,
that.
now, remember what I said. Have another, go over there and do a
Yeah.
left one if you want, the left one.
Okay.
And you'll see the marks on here. Look, there's
Yeah.
your thermal circle. How
Wow.
small it is.
That is actually really small, yeah.
Like that. So do a left one now and you'll surprise yourself. Go on full lock. That's not bad, is it?
No.
But bear in mind how powerful that is in terms of manoeuvrability.
Yeah.
You'll see that when you do some reversing. It's very easy to position this vehicle
Yeah.
because it's so manoeuvrable. So we're going to go out of here now and go right to the bottom of our road. So you're okay, there's nobody coming. So off you go.
Relatively speaking, when they come out of service, they've got your own mileage as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they hardly do any mileage at all. I I think this has got more mileage with us than it ever did in service.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's really, isn't it?
I really wouldn't be surprised.
That is why they last forever. I mean, they hardly go out now, you know. All they do now is attend to RTA, road traffic accidents, really.
London released a statement the other week. 116 electric battery fires.
Yeah, I know. It's very
Between
worrying, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep right here.
keep right.
Yeah, of course that, yeah.
With the increase of electric vehicles, scooters, bikes, cars, and whatnot.
I know.
This year alone, they've done 116 of them.
Actually, no, it's hard to believe.
With an increase in fatalities as well.
We've got to rethink this electric thing, haven't we?
I think they're a bit of a scam, if you ask me.
I agree with you. We're going to go straight on here, the road
Straight
there
on.
to the left, keep over to the right, there's a concrete manhole sticks out to the grass to the side. That's nice and steady here, it's very
Oh, I
bumpy.
see it, yeah.
I've got to bring it down here to turn you round.
Yeah,
Right, 116. Gee whiz, a lot of fires that, isn't it?
that's a lot of fires, yes.
You can't spray water on battery fires, can you?
Takes 3 times the amount of water.
Yeah.
So you have a petrol diesel
Just
car on
stop
fire.
anywhere here.
Yeah.
Anywhere here.
Yeah, you have a petrol diesel fire.
Into neutral, yeah.
It takes 3 times the amount of water. Yeah, and then they can also reignite it randomly. I think the record so far is 2 weeks. Reignition after 2 weeks. Yeah. It's getting that bad that Europe now comes along. You know the prime movers where they've got the containers on the back. Coming along with a giant skip, dunking it in there and filling it with water and just leaving it underwater.
Oh, see.
And now
It's quite a good idea, isn't it?
the company's now come out with a special canvas coverall that you wrap the car in, and it just
Started of air.
starts it with everything. Yeah,
So it won't recombust.
hopefully. But yeah, they're getting really dangerous.
Just passed on your side. Then we're going to go into another car park and do some manoeuvring there.
Okay.
So remember to use your mirrors.
Yeah.
I say to people, going forward use your top mirrors, going backwards use your front mirrors. And if you're wondering where this corner of your vehicle is, you've got this mirror up here.
Yes.
If you're not used to that, I have to show you where this front corner of your vehicle is.
Right. Okay.
That corner you can see by looking through your door.
Yeah.
This one, you use that mirror, and that's what it's for.
Okay.
Notice slow speed manoeuvring, it goes all on its own.
Yeah.
Just have to control the flash. Just mind this push. Oh, you should miss this push, alright. Just about. I think hydrogen fuel is the future, really. Hydrogen, an internal combustion engine driven by hydrogen, or hydrogen fuel cells.
Nuclear fission.
Is it? Oh, that's even one step further. Yeah,
Because
okay.
they've had 2 tests now where they've had a net gain on energy from nuclear fission.
Have they?
So we're getting there.
Yeah, that's good. I don't think electric's the future at all, no. I don't know where we're going to charge all these vehicles.
I live in a house that's got no front garden, no driveway. I'm literally straight onto a public
Where are
road.
you going to charge your car?
So unless I go to one of the charging points that cost me 40, 50 quid for less mileage on an electric vehicle, how am I supposed to do? So I've been saying to people, I think these electric vehicles are a scam because you've got the carbon footprint and all the mining and everything to make the damn thing, and then you've still got to generate the electricity somehow. Same with solar panels and wind turbines. They're not recyclable. Same with the batteries, they're not recyclable. So what are you supposed to do?
Okay, so we're going to go forward slightly, left of the road, another car park there, we'll do some manoeuvring there.
Left here, yeah?
Now we're going to go straight on.
Straight on, right.
Straight on. Show where we're going to go.
Yes. Where's that called?
So as soon as we're off these bumps, you can give it a welly, we can head on this road again, and I'll show you where we're going to turn off left.
Okay. Does the new Scanias, all the sirens are in the horn and everything, aren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
they're all a little bit different now. These have the sirens retrofitted, so the sirens that thing there. We have been banned from using the sirens because of complaints from these houses here. But if you particularly want a siren, I can take you back down to our compound and give you a quick blast in the morning. Or you can turn left in here, so indicate left so that car knows where you're going.
Yeah.
It's got a good speed.
it is a bit.
I'm going to turn left in here. So left into here, then just swing round to the right and stop. Just swing round here, that's it. Okay, just stop anywhere here, that's fine.
There you go.
So far so good?
So far so good, boss.
Okay. Well, I've got a couple of little challenges for you here if you're up
Okay.
for it, yeah?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay. So the first little challenge we've got for you, we're going to simulate what would actually happen if we're attending a fire.
Okay.
So we're going to pretend that we got a message at Bicester Fire Station saying there was a warehouse fire at Bicester Heritage.
Mhm.
So we head to this site because we all know it's called Bicester Heritage. We drive through the gate. You came in this morning.
Yeah.
A big site. The first thing you got to do is spot the fire. Because very often they don't tell you where it is. Big site.
Yeah.
Right. So we spotted the fire. It's in the hedge, just this side of where those houses are there.
Okay.
Now, having spotted the fire, we don't just drive up into the scene of the fire or reverse it or anything like that. We would stop a sensible distance away, such as where we are now. And the officer in charge sitting here, hopefully, has already weighed up where all the hydrants are, nearest hydrants, because they're the most important thing that influences where you park the vehicle. Because we need a water supply, so we've got to depend on hydrants. Once upon a time, you run up down the roads with drawings to find the hydrants. It's a lot easier now to sat nav. So the new ones have a nice big screen here, some of it up there. And they will identify the hydrants for you. So hopefully, the officer in charge has sussed out the hydrants on the way there. He knows where the hydrants are. He weighs up the situation, assesses the risks. Then and only then will he instruct you where he wants you to position the vehicle. Okay? My driver, there's the fire. Where those barriers are, that represents a bit of a brick wall, if you've got a good imagination, right across the end of the gravel.
Right.
I want you to reverse your vehicle up to that wall, get as close as you can, just leave enough room at the rear of the vehicle for a fireman to stand there safely and work the pump. So we're looking about a metre.
Okay.
Okay?
Right, go.
Ignore those two cones at the top, please. It's not a test, this, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah, that'll have a bit of fun, ain't you?
Just a bit of fun, see if you can judge where the rear of the vehicle is when you're go right round. You'll go right round. Surprising, isn't it? There you go. Got it tickled the grass.
Oh, I'm going to call it there, boss.
Okay. That's it. So parking brake on into neutral.
Yep.
Let's go and have a look. Be careful how you get out. Remember to go out backwards.
Yep.
Okay, and grab that bar with your right hand. That's it. That's pretty good, that's pretty good.
I drive a telehandler.
That's a nice gap, that, so that's what. Well, whatever, we don't want to damage the building. They say that's worse than not putting the fire out. Don't want to damage the fire engine, do we?
Definitely not.
So there you go. So that was good. Are you interested in how all this works?
I've got a little bit
Okay.
of understanding.
So all these are really is a large portable water pump.
Yeah.
That's all they are. So what we've got in here is a really really nice, big, powerful centrifugal water pump. So we've got the power take-off facility on the gear lever. Now normally the engine drives a gearbox that drives the wheels. With that PTO facility we can transfer the power from the engine to an hydraulic pump that drives this centrifugal water pump. Okay? Now, so water in, water out. We connect one hydrant onto one of these, or two hydrants onto them both. They're your pressure inlets.
Right.
Now it's a centrifugal pump, so it will suck in water just as successfully as to blow it out. So if we're drawing water out of a river, a canal, or a lake, or whatever, we can screw our suction hose onto there. So that's what we call a non-pressure inlet.
Right.
So they're inlets, and you've got 4 hose outlets.
Yep.
So the delivery hoses just go into there, they clip in, you open that valve, we've transferred the throttle pedal from the pedal to this lever with switches on the dashboard.
Yeah.
So that becomes your hand throttle there. Open these valves, rev the engine, and the water comes out the hoses. It really is as simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay, water in, water out. Now everyone asks about the water we carry. We carry water for what we call side reels, hose reels. If we were to use, okay, put a standpipe there, look, tells how much water we've got, 1600 litres, 3 tonne of water, okay, it's empty at the moment. If we were to use one of these with our 3 tonne of water, it wouldn't last 1 minute.
Right.
So, these hose outlets here, we need a water supply. What we carry water for is these hose reels on the side, okay?
Yeah.
So that one opens that way. So either side of the vehicle, we have one of those.
Yep.
Hose reel or side reel. They're just a massive, great heavy-duty hose pipe. Nozzle on the end, about 50 metres long. They retract mechanically, so they're easy to wind back in. And that's what your water's for. We're using with these.
Yeah.
There's a nozzle on the end. If you have the nozzle on full jet, it should last about 5 minutes. If you have it on the other extreme, where it's a mist, it'll last about 12-15 minutes.
Okay.
So your 3 tonne of water, 600 litres water on one of these will give you between 5 and 15 minutes of spraying time. So a majority of smallish fires, you put them out with these. And that's what your water's for.
Yeah.
Okay? Anything, if it was a warehouse fire, a big fire, then we would get rid of our water before we set off, because then get there a bit quicker.
Okay.
Okay, why carry 3 tonne of water when you're not going to use it?
Fair enough.
So, there we go. So that's roughly how I'm told it works. Okay?
Yeah,
I've not been a fireman myself, but I know quite a few people who are firemen, so mechanically how that works, but it's a nice old truck anyway.
It is a very nice old
We like
truck.
it. This was sold to West Midlands Fire Service.
Oh,
It
right.
originally went to Aston in Birmingham for about 3 years,
Not far from Birmingham, actually.
but then it was farmed off to Binley in Coventry, where it spent the rest of its life as a rescue truck for RTAs on the M6 motorway. So they took all the ladders and everything off, and it was full of airbags and hydraulic cutting equipment. So it's probably seen a lot of carnage on the M6, this truck.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
There was, I think I just avoided some on the way down today, because I'm from just outside Derby.
Oh yeah.
So
I was born in Spondon.
So I've come down the M1 to get here today,
Yeah.
and there was a bit of carnage on there by the looks of it. So
Okay, well that was good, nice manoeuvre.
Thank
So
you.
back on board. Okay, you're off for another bit of a challenge.
go on then, boss.
Right, it's a bit of fun this, but it is easy in this vehicle. You want to know anything about parallel parking?
Yeah.
Right, okay,
I have
that's
to
good.
parallel park to get into my house.
Okay, well that's good, you'd be good at parallel parking, don't you?
Yeah, hopefully.
So here's the scenario. We're heading down this road here, heading for a fire,
Yeah.
okay? One of your crew members was a bit grizzly in the back because he missed his breakfast and he's a bit hungry. And he spotted a sandwich shop. So along this grassy bank all along here is a row of shops.
Yeah.
And he's just spotted a Greggs somewhere down there.
Yeah.
And he fancies it, something give him a bit of sustenance. The problem is there's cars parked all the way along to my left here, all the way along the front of the shops. But the driver, who's really on the ball and he spotted a gap in the parked cars, represented by the two cones there.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we're going to do is, you can say you've parallel parked a
Fire engine.
8 metre long fire. It's quite impressive that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good position, nice and close, yeah.
I normally do parallel parking on this side because
Do
of
you?
where I live, yeah.
I
So
see.
doing it this side's going to be interesting.
Well, in actual fact, thinking about it, if you normally do it that way around, it's easier because you can see that corner, can't you? And that's about why it's easier that way, yeah. Okay. bad, not bad. You're not quite far enough in, but that was pretty good.
Fair enough.
Okay, you alright with that?
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good then. Right then, so I've got a final challenge for you over there, which is pretend parking in a nice parking bay back at the station.
Right.
So we'll manoeuvre ourselves out to this spot,
Mhm.
head over towards that bay, have a good look at what you're up against, turn left, see if you can reverse really neatly into that parking bay.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep.
The last driver said it was a bit too cosy.
Bit too cosy.
I said it was too easy, it wouldn't be a challenge, would it?
Fire stations are always cosy anyway, so
They are, yeah.
I've seen some. They have to pull the buggers out before they can let the crew in.
Yeah. The new ones are all big drive in the back and drive out the front, aren't they?
Yeah. There's an on-call next to me.
Yeah.
Wow, this is cosy actually. And I've hit the back.
Okay.
Hit the back wall.
Let's go and have a look then, see how neat that is.
I mean, she's straight.
No, you're nice and central. You've just tickled the canteen wall, that's all. And that's the most important part of the station, isn't it?
True. Governor's office.
But it'd be worse, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
Okay, that was pretty good. Just need a bit more practice with them mirrors.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to take out the officer's office, do you?
No, that will be pretty serious, that will.
Yeah.
That will definitely be disciplinary, that one.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so what we'll do, no more challenges.
Yep.
So we'll go left here, top of the road, turn around however you want,
Mhm.
do a couple of donuts if you want up there, then come final run down the road.
Alright.
Suspicious when they all disappear, but it's normally because the weather's going to turn really bad. But
it was a bit bad on the way in, to be fair. Drove through a couple of rainstorms, yeah. Yeah, she really is quite responsive, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's do a figure of 8 if you want.
That's the plan.
Not many trucks will do that. The new fire engines certainly don't do it anymore. I think we're all clear both ways. Yes, you are, yeah. So we go, yeah.
We go somewhere to have a play with the sirens then?
Yeah, I'll take you straight down the bottom of the road. I'll give you a quick things first with the 3 standard siren sounds.
Can't drive a fire engine without having a bit of fun with the siren, can you?
Can't know. If we get back going, everybody mentions the sirens. You say what sirens? You didn't hear any sirens.
So, what'd you say?
Yeah, you've got it. I like that. That's fine.
So straight on, yeah, boss?
Straight on, yeah, he's flashing his lights, which is good. Okay, so remember, sort of straight on.
Yeah.
Go around the corner, keep over to the right.
Where the other engines are then, in there?
Yeah. You want to have a quick look at those?
Yeah, go on then.
I'll tell you a quick look down there in a minute. Now, I'll do you the sirens. Now, there's history of the sirens down here. There's a pedal here, look, that the officer in charge used to press for the siren there, look.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe just the air horn, that one. Then it got replaced by this, with the wail or the yelp with an on-off switch, right? And then, at some stage, you got replaced with that.
Right.
And that gives you this will give you the 3 standard siren sounds. Now you've got 3. You've got the yaw, the yelp, and the duotone.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you a quick blast of all 3. Ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
You like that?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Do you want to have a quick look at other fire engines?
Yeah, go on then.
Well, I have to drive through here because
Yeah, that's not a
we
problem.
used to bring customers through, but we lost so many wing mirrors. So we're going to swap over seats a minute.
Yep.
When we come out of here, we'll swap back over and you can drive back in.
Not a problem. Got a nice collection of helmets back there as well.
Yeah, we're going to pick them up from different sales and eBay and whatever. They're all original helmets, we've got no sort of replicas, so...
Yeah, that. I've seen the Green Goddess.
You can, yeah. We've got some nice old Bedfords along here as well. These Land Rovers came from Singapore.
Alright.
We got cheap, we got 5. We couldn't buy one, you have to buy 5. So. See the Scorpion there, look.
Yep.
A lovely Bedford recovery truck here, look.
Alright.
I think it's a 1956 military recovery truck. Like that. It's all mechanical. Big windlasses and winches and things.
Yeah.
So there's your Green Goddess, which is 1956. We've got the other Dennis Sabre here, look.
Yep.
And the crash tender just there.
I'll tie and wear.
I'll just reverse back round here, then you can go and have a look at those if you want.
And an old steamroller to boot. I'll get some pictures.
So you've got Dennis Sabre there.
Yep.
It's basically the same as this one. I think it's a little bit newer, this one, but
It does look a bit, doesn't it?
it's not the XL. So from what I can make out, the XL has electric windows and this
Yeah.
standpipe on. It's a nice vehicle all the same. It's quite a nice one.
It's got the old horn in front.
It's 2002, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's 6 years newer than that's a 96. That's a original registration, so that's 2002. The crash tender's there, look, she's a nice big beast of a machine.
That is quite nice.
That's
That
got a 9-litre Detroit diesel in the back.
9 litre.
Yeah. It's a huge pump, primarily to drive the huge water pump that fires water out that cannon on the roof. And
Front
it just-
inlet as well. Is that
I think that's an inlet, believe
Yeah.
it or not, that's an inlet.
front one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you'd pull over some sort of source of water, I think it's a centrifugal pump that, so it'll draw water in. What we do, we just fill it with a hydrant. We fill it with a hydrant with a hose and fill the tank. So I've never actually used that inlet on the bottom. But it's probably like that one there, it's a sucker.
Yeah.
So you'd pull up to a lake or a lagoon or whatever and draw the water in there. Maybe. Maybe some airfields. That's got a lot of German stuff inside, a lot of German stickers on it.
All right.
So I think that was based on some German airfield somewhere along the line in its life. With loads of German stickers in there.
Probably if it's a British one, it might have been RAF.
Might have been, yeah. Could well have been, yeah.
Because I was.
There's a lot of yeah. We had a lot of bases in Germany at one stage. Didn't we?
I was born in one.
Were you?
Rinteln.
Oh yeah. That's
So
it.
94.
So if you buy these things and you get very little on the history, no handbooks or
Yeah.
you don't get much on the history of the things.
Unless you start looking up reg numbers and
Yeah, that's
tracking
right,
them
yeah.
that way. Yeah.
That's right. So that's how we tracked down the history of that one. Was Aston and Binley and Coventry.
Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. I think I was hoping if you want to just have a look inside.
Yeah. Go on
An
then.
interesting, unusual central driving position. You got that nice big water gun. This is your foam gun.
Yeah.
You control with a joystick on the dash. You can climb in there if you want. Just have a look. Masses of dials and switches in there.
Oh wow.
You can imagine buying that thinking, what the hell we do all these switches for?
Yeah.
Central driving position. This was never designed to go on a public highway.
No.
It's quite wide actually. It's a bit wider than a normal HGV vehicle. It's over 3 metres wide. Look. Oh no, it's height. No, it's not. It is quite wide anyway.
Oh, you got crew in the back as well.
Yeah. The seat's there.
Yeah.
And there's a hatchway where the guy climbs up to operate the water cannon on the roof.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You sit in the driving seat if you want. Just going to feel for that central driving position if you like. I call it a central driving position, but if you think about it really closely, you're not actually in the mirror, in the middle.
Yeah.
So these seats are very uncomfortable because they're only designed to be sat in with people wearing with a compressed air cylinder on.
Yeah. I was just going to say that's definitely for a pack on, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Fully automatic.
Mhm.
So, took us a while to sort everything out, but this is all to do with firing water.
Right.
So you can transfer the power from the road drive to the pump with this, and it's foam or water. So this is all to do with firing water. Yeah, you can transfer the throttle control here to fire the water. That's your driving panel. They're all lights, and that joystick is your foam gun here. Look.
Definitely a different beast.
It is different. It's very unusual to drive as well.
I would assume, yeah, because
just a bit
you're right in
different.
the middle of the truck, so you haven't got that
Yeah,
the offset.
interesting vehicle.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a couple of the old F600 helmets as well.
Yeah, we seem to pick them up from all sorts of places.
Yeah, they're funky, those are, because the front panel comes off,
Yeah.
so you can change out the front panel.
I see. Yeah.
So when London had them, if you were, say, a sub officer and you got stood up to be station officer or whatever
just
the rank
change the
was,
front.
you changed the front panel off,
Yeah,
so you didn't
kept
have.
your helmet.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
So you could see guys walking around with like yellow helmets and then a white panel on the front with the stripes and everything.
The Dennis there is almost away. Cab-wise, it's exactly the same as the one you've just got out of.
Yeah. And then
But
it's got
the good thing about this one is we have got all the ladders for this. So this is a little bit smarter than that one. So what we might do is we'll upgrade this one, get this one up to scratch with all the ladders on, nice and clean and fresh. And we'll probably use this one, and we'll probably, we might retire this one. She's done a lot of work for us, this one, and she's up and ready around the edges now.
She's looking at it.
Yeah. I'll just drive us out the yard, and then
Yes.
you can get back in the driving seat.
Yep. Yeah, go on then.
We'll have a quick look.
It's getting on.
You want to get in there?
I won't climb up on this one.
It's a wooden cab.
Yeah.
Wooden cab. Nick, Simon's dad, restored this. So he repainted the outside. A few years ago he did it. It had it looking really smart. But he was adamant the cab, he was going to leave it exactly as it is, completely original. He was quite adamant about
I've heard they were pain to drive as well.
that. They are a pain to drive. No power steering. Okay. No synchro mesh. So, and like the others, if you're not used to drive, I'm used to driving old Bedfords, but the gear lever is back here. Okay.
Oh.
And the gears are loads of movement, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So you're like this. So it really is hard work driving that. But there's only 4 people allowed to drive that, and I'm on to be one of them. So you've got to be able to hold his knee to drive one of them to do double declutching all the time.
Yeah.
It's a nice machine though. Interestingly, when Simon bought that, I should have shown you in the cabinets. There's everything you can think of in them cabinets.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of basket work filters and things like that.
There's one at Lutterworth, museum in Lutterworth, where they do a lot of driving, tank paintball and stuff. And they've got one there, and theirs is all full of stuff as well.
There's axes, tilly lamps, if you can remember them, all sorts of old-fashioned stuff in there. Really old stuff.
Thank you. All set?
Yep.
I'll just go between those bedrooms again.
Oh, yeah. We'll just park on the end, that'll be fine.
Okay.
That's it, so round to the right. So if you want to park alongside, to the right of that last army truck,
Yep.
need plenty of space, but you've got a good gap there for photographs.
Alright.
Just try and mind there's a stack of jerry cans.
Yeah, I've
there.
got them in the mirror.
That's fine, as long as you miss those all the time.
Yep. Engine off.
Yeah, Killian, you top of the red start switch. There's only blue line on top of those two. Right, I've used some souvenir photo. Do you want to put a fireman's coat and the helmet on?
Oh god. Can't say no to
There
that.
you go, you stick your helmet, turn it over to the top.